decoration style property. Text emphasis color. It is used to specify text emphasis color. It requires text emphasis style. So these properties, if you want to use, other properties also required. Accent color. It is used to specify HTML form fields or HTML controls color. Six color properties are there. Color properties 6. Color, background color, border color, text decoration color, text emphasis color, accent color. Six color properties are there. 6 color properties. Color, background color, border color, text decoration color, text emphasize color, accent color. Color, if you write, text color changed. Okay. Background color, background of any element. Here, not like you studied PG color attribute only for body tag we written. But here background color for H1 also, H2 also, every element. It is not specific. Anywhere you can apply. H1 background, one color. H2 background, one more color. Like that also you can write. It is not specific. There BG color attribute in body tag only you write. But in H1, BG color attribute is not there. But here, you can apply for H1 also one background color. H2 also one background color. Like that possible. Okay. So, this color, text color, this color, background color means it is not only body. H1 background, H2 background, font background, text background, any background. Okay. Any element background. Border. Border also not only for table. Any border. Element border also possible. Okay. Text decoration. That is you will study while learning text properties. Underline, overline, strike through, double line, these all possible. Text emphasize. You can highlight the text. That color also you can specify. And accent color, checkboxes, radio buttons. If you select one color comes no. HTML form fields. Generally checkbox radio button. Color comes green, blue color. That is you can change with this color. HTML form field color also we can change. Checkbox color, radio button color, and select box drop down list. That type of colors also we can change. So these 6 properties are color properties. These 6 properties are color properties, colors related. Okay. Now, yesterday I explained inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS with one property only. That is color. Yesterday I explained that one only. Okay. Now you observe. Now I'll remove this head. Now you observe HTML body level 1 heading, level 1 heading, level 1 heading. I written. Now here for only HTML, one style. For only HTML, I want to apply one style. Style equal to, you can write double quotes here, color colon red semicolon. Then what will happen? See, HTML red color appears. This HTML background color, yellow. Now background color, yellow color. Now color I given, background color I given. For this border, but first border should be there, no? Border style property required. Border style. So border color, if you want to write, border style required. Otherwise, this you observe border color. If I write red, see what is happening? Border color is not coming. Okay. First border should be there. Border is not there. Border color I am setting. Okay. For that only here I given, that's what notes I given here. It requires border style property. Now border style property I'll write here before this. Border style something solid. Okay. Now border style, while teaching border properties, border styles I'll explain. Present color properties you are learning. Now you observe border came. This is border. But like this, if you write, very difficult to maintain this code, no? Very difficult to manage this code. You observe. Okay. Now my task is, you observe, I want to apply style to this HTML only. My task is, I want to apply the style to this HTML only. That's what I selected inline CSS, I applied. But problem is, it is very difficult to manage this code. Like this, if you write. Instead of this, what we can use? What we can use? Internal CSS. I'll use internal CSS. Head open, head close. H1 open, close. Here color colon red. Sorry. Style open, style close. Color colon red. Background color yellow. Text, sorry. Border style solid. Border color red. You observe. But what is happened? Applied to all. But I want only for one. What do you mean? Actually, I want to apply style to only this one. I want to apply style only for this one. Then actually which CSS you have to select? Inline CSS. But inline CSS, if you write, very difficult to manage the code. That is the reason I change it to internal CSS. But internal CSS, if I write, it is applied to all. I want only for HTML. that is possible with selectors. That is the reason you have to learn selectors. Got your point? This type of logics will be there in CSS. Okay. But here logic means not like a Java, .NET, Python, but this type of logic. Okay. Here my task is I want to apply style to only this element. I want to apply style to only this element. This element only if you want to apply, you have to use inline CSS. But inline CSS, many properties are there, difficult to manage. That is the reason we have to go for internal CSS. But internal CSS, if I write, it is applied to all. I don't want for all. I want only for that. In that situation, selectors you have to use. Got it? That's what. Before going to this one, you have to learn selectors. Noted. Next heading, selectors. Selectors are used to select elements to style. Selectors are used to select elements to style. Selectors are used to select elements to style. Already yesterday I told you element nothing but tag only. Okay. But generally we'll call in CSS word element, element, element. Element nothing but tag. Yesterday up to HTML we called tags, tags, tags. But from here onwards I'm calling elements. Nothing but tags only. Okay. Selectors are used to select elements to style. Noted. CSS selectors are divided into 5 categories. First one, simple selectors. Second one, grouping selectors. Third one, pseudo selectors. Fourth one, attribute selectors. Fifth one, combinator selectors. Selectors are divided in CSS selectors are divided into 5 categories. Simple selectors, grouping selectors, pseudo selectors, attribute selectors, combinator selectors. Selectors are used to select elements to style. CSS selectors are divided into 5 categories. First one, simple selectors. Second one, grouping selectors. Third one, pseudo selectors. Fourth one, attribute selectors. Fifth one, combinator selectors. Now, simple selectors. There are simple selectors are also called basic selectors. There are 3 simple selectors. First one, ID selector. Second one, class selector. Third one, element selector. Simple selectors. Simple selectors are also called basic selectors. There are 3 simple selectors. First one, ID selector. Second one, class selector. Third one, element selector. Simple selectors are also called basic selectors. Basic selectors, simple selectors, both are same. There are three simple selectors: ID selector, class selector, element selector. First one, ID selector. It selects the elements. It selects the element based on the value of ID attribute to style. It selects the element based on the value of ID attribute to style. The value of ID attribute must be used only once in a HTML document. The value of ID attribute must be used only once in HTML document. ID must be unique. ID selector begins with hash symbol. It is used to apply a particular style to a particular element only. It is used to apply a particular style to a particular element only. Now you observe. I'll ask questions, give me answer. This starting, you have to remember, later remaining all nothing. Starting, little confusion. See, HTML starting also like that only, but later nothing. But starting first 1-2 classes, little bit confusion. Later nothing, same style. Okay. But one more thing, CSS selectors are important. Already I told you. Selectors are most important. In HTML, which is important? Forms. CSS, selector. JavaScript, complete. First class to last class. Okay. That is remember. Here you are learning selectors. Most important. Okay. I'll ask questions. Give me answer. How many ways to apply CSS to HTML document? 3 ways. What are those? Inline, internal, external. If you want to apply a particular style to a particular HTML element, inline, to particular web page, internal, for multiple web pages, like that you have to select. Okay. Now I want to apply particular style to particular HTML element only for this one. That is the reason I selected inline CSS. But inline CSS, one property is there suitable. More than one property is there, difficult to manage the code. That is the reason I change it to internal. Internal, if I change, it is applied to all. That is the reason selector required. Here, which selector required is See, it is used to apply a particular style to a particular HTML element, particular element only. That means inline type only is there, no? One property is there, inline. More than one property is there, this one. Right, this one. Only one property is there. Then use inline CSS. Otherwise, use internal CSS with ID selector. Only one property is there, then use inline CSS. Otherwise, use internal CSS with ID selector. Now, like this, you have to select. Now, my task is, I want to apply one particular style to one particular element only. Then actually, which CSS you have to use? Inline CSS. Inline. But more than one property is there. Which CSS you have to use? Internal. But in internal, which selector you have to use? ID selector. Got your point? Okay. Only one property. Only one property is there. Here, one write it. I forgot to write. Only one property is there. Then use inline CSS. Otherwise, use internal CSS with ID selector. Only one property is there. Then use inline CSS. Otherwise, use internal CSS with ID selector. Now, four properties are there. Then inline CSS not suitable. Internal CSS. It is internal only. It is internal. But which selector? ID selector. ID. What you have to do, see here. Here. ID equal to demo. Okay. Now, here I given ID selector. It selects the element based on the value of ID attribute to style. It selects the element based on the value of ID attribute to style. So ID equal to demo. Based on this demo, it is selected. The value of ID attribute must be used only once in HTML document. So this demo, one more time you cannot write. You should not write. Now this edit plus may works. Some other environment will not work. So demo word, the value of ID attribute must be used only one time. Must be used only once in HTML document. ID must be unique. It is unique ID. Suppose here one more time, here ID equal to demo. You cannot write. You should not write. Okay. Now ID demo should be only one time. If you want any other name, you can write. ID equal to test. You can write. Not a problem. Okay. Like this. ID equal to demo. I written. ID must be unique. ID selector begins with hash symbol. So here what you have to write is hash symbol demo. Then this style applied to this one. Now it is used to apply a particular style to a particular element only. It is used to apply for this element only. Only one property is there, then use inline CSS. Otherwise, use internal CSS with ID selector. Here, four properties are there. I used internal. I used ID selector. Now you observe file, save. If I refresh, whatever I got required, that is I got it now. Like this, you have to write. Suppose JavaScript also I want to apply. Then what I can do here again? ID equal to test. Okay. Then year. What you have to write? Hash test. Year. Color. Suppose yellow. Background color. Suppose green. Okay. So like this. Border style. Solid. Border color. Suppose yellow. Or any other. Background color what I given? Green. Yellow only better. See. File save. Now you observe. For that one style, for this one style. For that one also one more style. You can write like this. Okay. According to your requirement, you can use. Now this style applied to HTML only. Now here, what this will do? It selects the element wherever demo is there. Demo is there. This element selected. So here, what this will do? This style applied to this ID. That ID is here. This style applied to this ID. That ID is here. But for this one, I didn't apply style according to your requirement. Okay. Like this. Write example. Program to demonstrate ID selector. Program to demonstrate ID selector. So individual style you can apply with ID selector. For every element, one style. Every element, one style, possible with inline CSS, difficult to manage the code. That's what internal CSS with ID selector. But whatever you are writing the value of ID, that is one time only you have to write. More than one time you cannot write. Okay? You should not write. Some environment supports, some environment doesn't support, but you should not write according to rules. Suppose total 3 elements are there. 3 H1 elements are there. I want to apply style for this one and this one. Then class selector, more than one. Only one means ID selector. More than one means class selector. All means element selector. Like that we have more than one time. Suppose one style only for multiple elements, not all. Then see a class selector, all element selector. Okay. Is it over? Is it completed? Now, next heading, note on class selector. It selects the elements. Here, elements, multiple will be there, elements based on the value of class attribute to style. Already, almost last category, HTML last class I covered. ID, class, style, these are global attributes. Anywhere you can write. That this purpose only. It selects the elements based on the value of class attribute to style. The value of class attribute can be used any number of times. In HTML document. It class selector begins with dot symbol. That it has symbol, it is dot symbol. It is used to apply a particular style to multiple elements. It is used to apply a particular style to multiple elements. It selects the elements based on the value of class attribute to style. The value of class attribute can be used any number of times in HTML document. Class selector begins with dot symbol. It is used to apply a particular style to multiple elements. See, ID selector and class selector, if you compare, ID selector one element only. Class selector multiple elements. Okay. Element selector all elements. Okay. Like that will be there. Is it over? Now you observe. Writing is over. ID selector begins with hash symbol. Class selector begins with dot symbol. You observe. I'll remove this attribute. I'll remove this attribute and Program to demonstrate class selector. See, I'll remove this selector. I'll remove this this complete. Now, here total how many H1 elements are there? 3. I want to apply this style for these 2 elements. Then here I'll write class equal to suppose demo. Here also class equal to demo. Then what you can do here, you can write dot demo, then applied. Multiple, not all. One means ID, multiple means class, all means element. Write this one. Program to demonstrate class selector. Is it over? Say one element only if you want to apply. Which selector? ID selector. Multiple elements if you want to apply. Class selector. All elements, element selector. Third one. Is it completed? See. So here ID selector, class selector. Next, element selector. It selects the elements based on element name to style. It selects the elements based on element name to style. Element selector can be written with element name only. It is used to apply a particular style to all elements. One particular type only. All elements means all, you may understand. It selects the elements based on element name to style. Element selector can be written with element name only. It is used to apply a particular style to all elements, one particular type. Is it over? Is it completed? It selects the elements based on element name to style. Element selector can be written with element name only. It is used to apply a particular style to all elements. All elements means in HTML, every element not considered, that is grouping elements. That's what one particular type. Okay. All H1s, RL H2, all paragraphs, that type. But every element means grouping all. One more selector is there. All elements can be selected. Is it over? Say here, I'll remove this. I'll remove this. Now, here, I'll remove this. File, save. Style is not applied. Style is not applied. I want to apply only for this one. Which selector? Which selector? ID selector. Then ID equal to demo. Then what you have to write here? Hash demo. Then apply to this one. Suppose I'll remove this. I'll remove this. Now no style. I want to apply for this one and this one. Which selector? Class equal to demo. Here. Class equal to demo. Then here what we have tried? Dot demo. Now I'll remove this. I'll remove this. I want to apply these three. Which selector? Element selector. Here, you write H1. That's it. All. Okay. Program to demonstrate element selector. Note, this is element selector. Is it internal CSS or external CSS or inline CSS? Internal CSS only.